Now that we've learned how to center our clay and how to open our clay, let's learn how to pull our walls. You're going to use two hands working together on the same side of your pot. If you're right-handed, you're on the right side. If you're left-handed, you're on the left side. I get you to make a bird or a butterfly, touch two fingers together. I use my two middle fingers, and then open them up and put them on either side of either the right or left wall, depending on what hand you use dominantly. My inside fingers are going to be down to the base, and my outside fingers are going to be down to the fat. That's going to naturally offset your fingertips because there's some thickness to my base. So you always want your outside fingers sitting lower and your inside fingers sitting higher. And when you pull, you're going to make sure they stay that way. The clay is going to S-bend around your fingertips, and you're going to get a really nice even pull. If you go fingertip to fingertip and you apply pressure, you're likely just going to pinch a thin spot in your wall, and you might end up popping the top of your clay off. So make your bird or your butterfly, fingers on either side. Your thumbs don't have to stay up like this. You can relax your hands. Just make sure they're touching. You can have one thumb on top. You can just rest your thumbs together. Whatever feels comfortable, but make sure your hands are connected. Apply a little bit of pressure on either side of your wall, and then very slowly start to raise your hands up together as a team. Because my hands are connected right now, it's very easy for me to keep them nice and steady and to not have one hand rise faster than another hand. Make sure that when you're doing your pulls, that you're starting down at your base and you're pulling all the way up to the top of your rim. Try not to do half pulls where you stop part way, and don't speed up at the very end. Stay slow until you gently airlift off of the top of your clay. If you watch the outside of my pot, you can see I create a bit of a bulge in the wall. My inside fingers are inside that bulge, and my outside fingers rest underneath it. That's how I can tell I'm keeping my fingers offset from each other. Let's do one more. When I pull, if I can, I like to lean an elbow down in my leg. If I can keep both elbows down, I do, but sometimes I'll lift my left elbow up. The more stable you are, the more stable your walls are going to be. So being able to brace yourself really helps keep your walls nice and straight and even. Okay, this kind of looks like a little bit of a flower pot, but if you wanted to turn it into more of a bowl shape, we can do what I call a shaping pull. And for this, it looks just like a regular pull, but we're going to be fingertip to fingertip, and we're going to push the inside wall of our clay directly into our outside fingers. And you're kind of scooping out a round shape from the inside. If you want, you can use your sponge on the outside of your wall, but I prefer my fingers, so I just use my fingers. Keep your hands connected. Slow my wheel down a bit for this. Little bit of pressure on my inside wall, directly into my outside fingers, and then slowly raising my hands up, just like I would if I were doing a pull. You can see that shape starting to round out. You don't need to do it all really fast. You can just gradually build in a nice round shape. And now I have more of a bowl. The walls of your clay after you're done pulling are usually nice and thin, so you don't have to push very hard when you're doing your shaping pulls. It's always better to start gentle and apply pressure as you need than to push too hard too fast and then accidentally wrench out your clay. Okay. And that's a bowl.